G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Same Kitchen. My name's Sam Lin. I am just a home cook who's really passionate about sustainability and save money by making things at home. And hopefully I can help you guys do the same in your own kitchen as well. This week's recipe has been a long time coming. Ever since I made the hummus video, I've been wanting to show you guys how I make baba ganoush similar to hummus, a great companion to some healthy veggie sticks. The reason why it's taken so long is I personally cook with whatever's in season or whatever's cheap. I work around with what I can find in groceries rather than buying things just to make things, because that usually ends up costing a lot more. So really work your grocery based on what's in season or what's on special rather than the other way around, thinking of what you want to make and you normally would end up spending 2 or 3 times more just by buying those ingredients that you really want. Speaking of eggplant, I found 3 of these for $1.50. That was just a sign that it's time to show you guys the simplest recipe, making baba ganoush. Before we get into the recipe, take a second and smash the like button down below. It helps promoting my video to a wider audience. If you've been enjoying the videos I've been putting out, whether it's for the cinematic shots of the food, or you agree with the sustainability point of view that I have towards food, or just come here to see my ugly face, I don't care. Any sort of actions really help growing my channel. At this point, I really want to get to the 1,000 subscriber mark. If you can share the video with the people that you care about, whether it's just for the recipe or help promote the idea of being sustainable and being frugal, I will really appreciate it. The whole idea of this channel is really to encourage people to start thinking about what they do on a daily basis and how to be a little bit more responsible to the world. If everyone can do their own bit, we can help our world to become a much better place. And let's get cooking.
To make baba ganoush, the main ingredients we'll need is some eggplant, or some of you sophisticated folks will call it aubergine. Next, we've got some tahini. I'll be making a video on how to make your own tahini at home once I use up this jar, so stay tuned for that. We'll need half a lemon to add some good acidity to it. Some salt as always. One thing I forgot to mention is a couple of garlic cloves. We'll put all of these aside and get started. First thing first, we want to preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 392 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 20 minutes. I find it more energy efficient to cook the eggplant in the oven instead of roasting it all the way through on the stove. While the oven is heating up, we want to char the eggplant to give it that iconic smoky flavor. You can do it by roasting it on gas stove. If you only have an electric stove at home, this step can be skipped, but you won't be getting that extra layer of smokiness. Don't try to throw in some sticky butts in it. It's a different kind of smoke. This process takes about 10 minutes to roast on the gas stove. Turn your eggplant periodically to get some nice char all over it. You don't have to be too careful with it. With the moisture content in eggplant, it takes a while for it to get burnt. An alternative method I found that works a lot better is using a blowtorch. It helps concentrate the heat to a specific spot so less energy is lost. Plus, it's pretty fun to play with. Once the eggplants are charred, we'll move back to our chopping board. To speed up the cooking process, we're going to cut the eggplants in half and put them in a roasting pan or an oven-safe cooking pan in my case. As you can see, right in the middle, most of the eggplant is still raw, and it'll take a lot longer to cook it through on the stove than in the oven. Cut open both eggplants, fit them in a roasting pan, and we'll put them in the oven. Roast the eggplants for about 20 minutes or until cooked through. Apologies for the change of lighting. It was getting late and I started to lose the daylight. Once eggplants are cooked through, pull them out of the oven. I found some dried eggplant juice on the bottom of the pan, so I transferred them out so I can add some water in to obtain some more flavor for our baba ganoush. Put the pan aside for now and we'll get down to business. Put the eggplants on the chopping board, and we want to use the flesh for our recipe and leave behind the charred skin. Cooked eggplant is super soft, so simply grab a spoon and scoop out the flesh. It's okay if you can't get all of the skin off, it will just add some extra smokiness to our baba ganoush. Once all of the eggplant flesh is out, we want to chop up a couple of cloves of fresh garlic. Easiest way to peel garlic is to smash it with the side of your knife. It also releases allicin in garlic, which is pretty good for human body. Nothing fancy here, just chop up your garlic into small chunks. Transfer them into our bowl and we'll move on to our citrus. When working with citruses, always make sure you roll it a few times to break down the cell walls. It helps get more juice out of the fruits. No fancy tool is needed when it comes to lemon squeezing. Squeeze with one hand and have another hand underneath to catch the seeds that's coming out. Add the eggplant juice back into our baba ganoush. Next, we add about 30 grams of tahini to our mixture. It adds a really nice nuttiness to our baba ganoush, and the oil in it just makes it so creamy. I know it looks like shit now, but trust me, it's worth it. We'll grab our stick blender and turn this bowl of mess into something delicious. Once our baba ganoush is silky smooth, it's all donezo. Grab our tiny spatula and scrape it clean. Honestly, cleaning and reducing wastage is one of my favorite things to do in the kitchen. Spend the extra 20 seconds to savor the food you just made, instead of just pour it down the sink. It's so worth it. Lastly, season our baba ganoush with some salt. I added about 6 grams of salt, adjusted based on your liking. To dish up some baba ganoush, I pinched some of my homegrown parsley. Grab a bowl or a plate, chuck a couple of spoons of baba ganoush in, turn the bowl a few times and smooth out the baba ganoush. Add some extra virgin olive oil. Garnish with some smoked paprika or cumin, and in some fresh parsley. The cost breakdown is as below. 2 eggplants is about $1. 30 grams of tahini at $6 a kilo equals to 18 cents. Half a lemon is about 15 cents. 2 cloves of garlic is about 5 cents. Altogether, 500 grams of baba ganoush costed us $1.38 to make, and you'll last for days. You can easily pay $8 to $12 for a plate of it at restaurants.
Alright, and there we have it. That's how baba ganoush done. It's on par with hummus as one of my favorite dips or favorite snacks to have in the fridge. It's so simple to make. Once it's done, it's good to last in the fridge for 5 to 7 days. If you can't use it up, pop it in the freezer. It's good as new once it's frosted. The meatiness of eggplant combined with the nuttiness of tahini, as well as the smokiness that came from being char grilled or blowtorched. It just works so well with, say, like veggie sticks, or if you want to go a bit naughty, make up some flatbread or whatever. It's just like, it's so good. I'm going to dig in. Honestly, the same as hummus. I make a batch, put it in the fridge, and just chop up some carrots or celeries or whatever veggies that you want to go with it. That's your healthy snack done. And that's all from me. If you're still watching at this point, thank you very much. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I put out a new video on a weekly basis. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.